Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Chris and TJ podcast. It's your host, Chris. I'm here joined by my boy, the one and only
TJ. We're a little hungry today, so we got some cookies.
Why'd you tell them?
So, because they're gonna see us snagging.
No, they won't.
They're gonna see us snagging.
They literally wouldn't have seen us if you hadn't
How
said
they,
it.
if I pick this up?
Nothing happened. The audio listeners don't know that you're eating. Stop. Nope. Get away from the mic. So TJ, how's your week? All right, you're eating. This is why we're not allowed to have food anymore on the podcast.
How was your week? We'll start with that.
My week. You never ask me how my week is. Thank you for asking, TJ.
That's gonna drive me insane.
My week was pretty eventful. I went to school on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, and then I didn't do anything else for the rest of the week. And now I'm recording.
That's exciting.
Yeah. How's your week?
I mean, it was pretty straightforward. It was kind of a little boring. It was school. Then I saw a movie, which we'll talk about later. And then we did Band-Aid Day, which we'll also talk about later.
Band-Aid Day.
Band-Aid, because like when you hurt your finger. All right, so this week iOS 13 came out.
Did it?
So yeah, does that go only on phones or does your Mac?
No, this
does
is
your
a
Mac get
different,
iOS?
completely different OS.
Okay, so do you have thoughts on it?
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot, but dark mode kind of gives me weird vibes. I'm
Really?
not used to it.
I love dark mode. Then don't use dark mode.
I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I love the way that the volume.
I
comes
love the
with
way that the volume is
it's
in
so-
front of your screen whenever you're
love it.
doing anything. That's my favorite part of my whole life.
And then they added Apple Arcade, which is
I
like
love
their
Apple
own
Arcade.
subscription service for games.
Hear me out. Apple Arcade is the greatest thing that's ever happened to mobile gaming because it allows for actual mobile games.
Right.
They're not just full of microtransactions anymore. They're just actual games that you can
Yeah.
play.
And I'm thinking about getting one of the controllers that hooks up to your phone. Now that
It's an Xbox one works.
the Xbox controller works?
Yeah.
You'll have to show me how to hook that up later. But I don't have wireless. I have wired.
Just plug the USB into your phone.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, no, it's $6 a month. I mean, I haven't actually played any of the games yet.
haven't?
No, I downloaded one and it took
Which one?
a lot of the Ocean
Oh,
Horn
the
2.
Breath of the Wild one?
Yeah. Is that one good?
I haven't played it yet.
I haven't played it
I downloaded Frogger Trouble in Trouble City. I don't know what it's called. It's TT. Frogger TT. Skate City. That one won't open.
What do you want? Try opening it.
It won't open. And the other one's Sayonara. That one's my favorite one. It's this rhythm game, but
Yeah.
it's a driving game. I love
That's
rhythm
cool.
games.
Are they,
Driving
like,
is cool. They kill your battery.
Worth $6.
Yes.
Okay,
They're
interesting.
like actual games.
We'll have to get back to you guys next week if we think it's worth it after we have some experience with
Yes. It's definitely worth it.
it. Definitely worth it. All right, so I saw It 2 this week.
You saw it.
I saw It 2 as
This
well.
week.
I also, yeah, okay, no. It was what I expected.
Update, the game loaded.
Cool, you can play it now. I didn't really think the first one was that scary, and the second
And
one,
that's why it works.
and that's why it works.
Get it? That was a
'Cause
throwback to last episode
we
when we
leave that
said
in?
that. I think so.
All right, cool. I hope we left that in. But that was very funny, like the last one. They did the scary, not scary at all, super
Did
scary,
that
like the
again?
3 doors. Yeah, did
Did
they
they
do
go
that
through
in the
the
first
right?
one?
Yeah. Did they go through the right door this time?
They went through super scary,
Oh, smart.
and then it was super scary, and so then they went through not scary at all, and there's a little doggy, and then he turned into an evil doggy and tried to kill him.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for It Chapter 2.
It too.
It 2. It 2.
I finished watching the new episode of Titans that came out on Friday. It was really good. I love Titans. I really like Titans. I like it a lot.
I really want to get that DC Universe stuff, but I don't think I have the time
Yeah.
to watch all the
Yeah, you do.
shows. But I don't.
But you don't. That's true. But
Yeah,
you should.
we have enough trouble getting these filming sessions in. So okay, I saw a Far From Home trailer that I really thought was gonna be the way it
The
opened.
Far From Home trailer?
Yeah, it was talking about the digital release or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like. It was like Marvel Studios, the logo came out. I was like, okay, that's cool. And it was like they did Night Monkey the whole time. Like, yeah, they didn't call it Spider-Man Far From Home ever. They said a new hero will rise, Night Monkey, and they showed him, and I was like,
Was that an official trailer?
that's cool. Yeah, that was an official trailer. Like it came as an ad, and I thought they were gonna be like, I don't know, do something because like you know how they had like they fell through with the deal or whatever. I thought it was gonna.
Yeah. It's called the Night,
Night
Monkey,
Monkey
official
official trailer,
trailer.
yeah.
But it's from Sony.
Yeah, which is what's weird.
That's weird.
I really just want them to be friends again. But that'd
Oh,
be
but
too-
they might not be, and that might be a good thing because Apple might buy Sony, and under the contract, if another company buys Sony, all of Sony's Marvel rights go back to the boys.
So that's an interesting question I have. So I know when Disney was buying Fox, there was the whole monopoly thing.
Yes.
Right. So what happens if something like this happens with a contract and all the properties go back to Marvel, but then they decide that that's a monopoly?
They can't because it's Marvel. Because Marvel owns.
Yeah, but okay,
itself.
so I'm talking about like outside of Marvel. What happens?
Well, they're not getting Sony properties. They're just getting Spider.
Well, yeah, but okay. So I'm saying a generic example. Company X has 98% of all properties, and they need 1% to be a monopoly. But instead of buying that 1%, they get it through a loophole in a contract, kind of like this.
Well, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening here. It's completely different.
Okay.
Because Marvel owned Spider-Man. They were running out of money.
And
They
they
sold it
it,
to
so
Sony.
yeah, it would make sense. Okay,
They just get it back.
that makes sense. So we've got a new website coming soon.
It's the same website. Don't
Same
listen to them.
address, but it's a makeover.
Same website.
Grace
It's gonna look
Figuerero
exactly the
is
same.
making us. She's fixing it up. We're gonna have merch prices on there, merch pictures on there. We're gonna have a photo shoot of us all in the merch. We're gonna look
Yes.
so cool. And that is where we'll have. It's probably up by now.
Maybe.
I bet it's
probably
ready.
up
So
by
go
now.
ahead and check. Go to our website.
QuizinTeacher.com.
QuizinTeacher.com, and that's where we'll have our guest forms. A lot of you people have been asking because you want to be guests on the podcast. And like we said last week, we just want to reiterate it. It's not first come, first serve.
Yeah.
You got to tell us what topics you have to bring to the table, how you're going to make it interesting for the viewers, and why we should pick you over other people. And all that will be explained on the forum, so don't worry about that.
Did you know that over the past months, there's been this legal battle with the French government and Steam
Really, Steve?
because they keep saying that so Steam has their user agreement says any game you buy on Steam, it's like a streaming service technically, but you're not streaming it. You're buying the right to play it until Steam goes under, because as soon as Steam disappears, you lose all those games.
Really? So,
And
okay, so just so I'm clear. Let's say I buy SteamWorld Dig on Steam, and then Steam goes bankrupt.
Yes.
I don't get to play SteamWorld Dig anymore?
No. Because
Cool.
Steam won't exist anymore.
That makes sense. Okay.
So what the French government is saying is, homies, it's like buying. Let's just make it like buying a DVD again. And you remember how when you buy not a DVD, a game disc, you
Right.
could sell it. You could just
Yeah.
resell it, or you can let someone else borrow it, or
Right.
do whatever you want with it because it's your license of it. And they're trying to be just do it like that. But therefore, that would allow us to sell our Steam games, which that'd be
I like
very
that.
great.
That would be pretty
But the French court won that first thing, but Steam immediately appealed it. So
Okay.
we'll see how that
We'll see.
works.
There are
good-
definitely a lot of games I would sell back
yeah, me
if I
too.
could.
But what's good about this is it's gonna set off a whole just a roll of motion,
Right.
Because Windows, you can't sell Windows. You can't sell your Windows copy once you
Yeah, the operating
buy
system.
it, but you might be able to sell it eventually.
That'd be cool. Yeah, it's like when there was the one game that everyone went, was it Battlefront 2 with the loot boxes, and then it turned to
Yeah,
this.
too. When that came out, everyone hated on it, and then
Right.
what's his name changed it. EA
Yeah, they took it out and they fixed
but
the game.
It's still pretty.
But it did create a huge everyone hates loot boxes and shaping
yeah, a
the
bunch of
industry.
governments they're banning loot
Right,
boxes because of bad
gambling, right?
Yeah,
So that's probably what this will happen then. It probably will extend past just
and then GTA 5 had the balls to add actual gambling to their game. There's a casino now. You can buy you can buy tokens. to,
Really? With
spend
real money? And you can gamble in the game?
You can gamble in the game. Which is that's
Huh.
mind-boggling to me.
right. It's did you ever watch the Game Theory episode that was talking about World of Warcraft and how the gold in there is worth more than a US dollar?
What?
There's something like that because people were so into the game
Mine
that
coins.
they'd buy this fictional currency, and then they could resell it back to other people who wanted the
It's
currency.
like Steam knives. CS:GO knives and CS:GO skins.
Right? Yeah. How that's
They're so expensive.
you can sell them and stuff. And so
Yeah.
there was a thing the economy in World of Warcraft was better than the economy in the United States of America.
Ridiculous. God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's like when Stuart Little had a higher budget
Than
than
the Amazon
the Amazon
rainforest.
But yeah, if we can in the future sell our digital games, I would love
Yeah.
that because I have over like 200 games on my Steam library that I
I'd
don't
love
play.
letting people play my digital games.
Okay, yeah, because once you like beat a single player game, what are you supposed to do with it?
Yeah, like I can't see myself ever. Like I know there's New Game Plus, which like
I
people
tried
like.
that
I
for
don't like it.
Spider-Man, which was like Spider-Man's like my favorite game ever made. I tried doing New Game Plus, and I was just like, okay, I've
Yeah, it's
done
just
this before.
boring because like most of the experience from those games comes from the story.
I didn't finish the Breath of the Wild DLC because I was just like, I've
Really?
done everything. Like,
Yeah, I've always wanted to replay Breath of the Wild on the expert mode or whatever, but I just
you have to go through everything again.
right, you start over. That's the problem I had with Borderlands 2 was I didn't like the character I had, so I wanted to make a new character, but you had to start all the way at the beginning.
That's
Yeah, I was
but
like,
yeah, but like multiplayer games, they won't really be affected by this.
yeah,
Because you buy a multiplayer game
You
to
keep
play
it.
the multiplayer.
Right.
You keep playing it. Like the new Avengers game. You're supposed to be able to play that for like years.
right, because they keep
They
progressing the
keep-
story.
Yeah. Which I don't think I like that, but
You don't think you
we'll
like it?
see.
I love
No.
it.
Because it's gonna turn into just crappy updates.
I just want them. They have to just have a
have to have
good
quality
team
control.
writing the story.
Yes.
Because I would play a crappy game if the story was amazing, especially if it was a Marvel. Because I'm so into Marvel and stuff. Like,
Yeah. I really like the suit designs that they're shooting out videos of like their suit designs.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, it's
For the
really
game?
Look, yeah.
I love Thor's design.
Yeah, I like all the designs.
Yeah.
Everyone was hitting on Captain America's design, but I think it's kind of cool.
Also, I just it's gonna be always like this. I can't watch anyone else play Iron Man besides Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know they're
weird.
trying their best, but they end up living in a shadow for me.
yeah, because like after a while, they even started basing the comic character out of like him, because
Right.
they're like so made for each other. Like Deadpool, he's based off of Ryan Reynolds mostly now.
Right. Because
'Cause,
he's
like,
just, it's so iconic.
yes.
It's like if someone else played Han Solo or Indiana Jones.
And they did. How'd that work out for them?
It worked out pretty good, Christopher. No.
We'll go over that after.
Band-Aid Day.
Band-Aid Day. All right, so
Did it get darker?
it did get darker.
Why did it get darker? Megan, you can speak. Alright, we're just chilling. There we go.
Band-Aid Day. All right, so the Marching Band does one day of fundraising every year, and
It's called Band-Aid Day.
it's
Guys,
because
get
we're
it?
funny
Guys,
because we aid the band, and it's like a Band-Aid.
I hate it.
I hate it so much. I was telling people the other day.
Chris and TJ after dark. You don't have to clap again.
All right.
You're fine.
I was telling people the other day, I'm not excited for my last football game, and I'm not excited for my last competition, but I was so excited to finally be done with Band-Aid. So what we do is you get in teams of 4, and you go to neighborhoods, and you knock on every door in the neighborhood, and you say, "Hi, my name's TJ. I'm joined by my friend Chris here. We're from the Massaponax Marching Band, and we're doing our yearly fundraiser." And so you hand them a flyer with all your stuff, and you talk about what's on the flyer, and then you ask them for money, and then they say no and close the door. And it's super awkward, and I hate it so much. But there's some funny bits a lot of the time. Like this year, I went to a house. Do you know Robbie Walters? All right, so I went to the house, and I knocked on the door. And the guy, without opening the door, was like, "Who's there?" And I was like, my name's TJ and my friend here, and we're here with the Massaponax Marching Band, and we'd like to have a minute of your time. And so he cracks the door open, and I just see, like, the tip of a cowboy hat sticking out. And we were a little confused. So we took the flyer, and we tried to hand it to him. So he opens the door all the way, and he's got the button-down shirt that's, like, half tucked in, half not. He's got the belt. He's got the cowboy boots, the whole shebang. And so...
You asked to take a picture with him?
No,
You should've.
he asked some personal things about us though, which was where it
What'd
got a
he
little
ask?
creepy. So we we were giving him the thing, and when we finished giving our spiel and we asked him for money, he was like, "And what are your names again?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm TJ, and this is Robbie." And he was like, "TJ what?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What's your last name?" And I was like, "Smith." And he was like, "Okay, and you?" And he pointed at Robbie, and Robbie's like, "Oh, I'm Robbie Davies." And I was like, "Robbie, come on." So then he calls to my mom, and he's like, "Oh, hi, you're Miss Smith." And she was like,
Yep.
"Yes, I am Miss Smith." And I was like, "Thank you so much for being smart." And so he asked us what high school we went to, and I was like, "Well, we already told him that." So I was like, "Massaponax," and he was like, "So where do you live?" And I was like, "Oh, well, a couple of blocks that way. We live down there." And he's like, "Yeah, but like where?" And I was like, "We got to keep going on to that. We got our other houses we got to talk to." But listen, he wouldn't like let us leave. It was the most creeped out I've been in a while. It was like something out of It, like at Dario, how there's so many creepy people in there. I thought he was gonna like invite us in for cookies or something, but
You would have gone in.
oh, for sure, these cookies are. If he had these cookies,
What
I would
cookies?
have
There
gone.
aren't any cookies here. Nope. No
They can
cookies.
see 'em. It's not-
just- It's a secret.
We're not sneaky.
Yeah, we're not sneaky. We're Chris and TJ. Got him.
We're gonna get so many dislikes on that one joke. No, but we did pretty good. We raised $10,000 in total in one day, which is
For the
amazing.
podcast? We should do that for the podcast.
Band-Aid day for the podcast.
Leah,
There's only
Megan,
two
can
of
we
us.
do that for the
No,
podcast?
I don't think anyone. They actually have something to contribute to. This is just helping
We have
teenagers.
stuff. We have stuff to control.
Right? We need
Microphones.
microphones.
Okay, but that's for school. This is for.
This is for school too. They don't know it's not. Is that fraud?
No.
Is that legal?
I feel like it's
That's
legal.
like-
Why would it?
What are we talking
We're
about?
talking Band-Aid day, but for the
Like a
podcast.
GoFundMe, that's the same thing.
Yeah. Therefore, we could do it legally.
Do we have a GoFundMe? We have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
No one's gonna.
No one's gonna what, Megan?
Prove Megan
Prove
wrong.
Megan wrong. Send us some money on the Patreon.
Homecoming's coming up.
Is it?
You said you can't go.
I can't
What
go.
do you have?
We're going to
Can't go either.
VHSL.
Yeah.
VH.
SL.
What does that stand for?
Virginia.
High
You got it.
School League. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
And that is a
That's
Newspaper
it.
thing?
It's for
And a yearbook
YouTube,
thing.
Newspaper.
YouTube.
It's like
Should we go?
That's not
Podcast.
what you meant.
it's like you go to the classes and learn more about stuff you want to learn about, and then you get awards at the end. The yearbook has a lot. Just saying.
Okay. The newspaper has some.
Does it usually line up with Homecoming, or is this like a
No, this is
No,
like
it's
once.
just-
This is a
Yeah.
one-time
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Last year, the band had a competition on the day of homecoming, and so we had to. It was a morning competition, so we went in the morning, and we booked it home, changed, and booked it to homecoming. Everyone hated it.
You didn't have to do it.
I
You didn't have to like go to homecoming.
I didn't have to, but I remember I told Kiaja I would, and then we broke up.
You want to say
but
this?
we still went.
You want to
I
say
mean,
this live?
It's cool. Kiaja's cool with it. She also probably doesn't watch the podcast. But yeah, Maya, Marie Morris, Brandon McClendon, and I got on the homecoming court nominee this year. So that's 3 band
Make
kids.
TJ win. Make TJ
Make
win.
TJ
Make
whoa.
TJ
I
win.
think that's the most band kids that's ever got on.
Band kids.
I know Eddie got on last year.
And Hilda.
Oh, and Hilda, and then Kiaja and I got on. So that's more. So I'm incorrect. False
What's new?
information. What's new? Yeah.
Yeah, make TJ win. Because if TJ wins,
I can. What if?
he can
What if?
promote the podcast.
All right,
Can
hear
we
me out.
get Megan?
Megan,
Can we get suits with the Chris and
Chris and
TJ
TJ
podcast?
how much does that cost? How much is this?
Well, we have to buy a
Suits are
suit.
like
Suits
$300.
are
Like, you know that how that one guy comes to school with like that decked out American flag suit? Like
Sure,
that,
yes.
Where it's everywhere, or just like
Yeah.
one time.
Just-
What if we just got a Chris and TJ tie?
Can we, Megan? Can we get Chris and TJ time?
Yes. Megan said yes.
Megan said yes.
Yes. You're not even gonna be at homecoming.
What? Well, I'll still wear it.
Okay, cool.
Where-
I'll wear it to VHS.
Excellent. So Area 51 happened.
Yeah, I was watching a live stream of it.
So-
Kind of disappointed. Very
Well, honestly,
disappointed.
dude,
So
2 million
disappointed.
people and only 2,000 showed up.
I thought it was, someone said 75.
Someone said something. So I saw a CNN video this morning, and it said 2,000 people showed up. 2,000 people went to the front gate. 2 people got arrested for non-trespassing related things, streaking and alcohol.
Cool.
That's cool.
And 2 people went in. Only 2 people went in.
They made it in.
Like they walked in. Like they
What
passed the
happened?
gates. Yes, they did because they got arrested.
Cool.
There was this old lady who like she just walked past. The guards didn't do anything, and like they wouldn't do anything. They just kept walking, and it was because I think it's because there was state police, and like it's a government thing, so like
Yeah.
government police have to do it.
Yeah.
So like she just kept walking, and apparently when she was 2 miles in, they like took her back.
Yeah.
And then this other girl I saw her. She just walking.
Did you
in.
see any aliens?
Nope, because she didn't make it into the base. She made it
Right,
into the
and they're
base.
all in the base.
Yes.
Right.
Aliens were in
Makes
the
sense,
base.
Makes sense.
Have you seen any memes for it?
Yes, I love the
Let me see. The Naruto guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
yeah,
overrated. He's way
Or
too
the
overrated.
signs?
The signs are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Signs are very.
We should have
funny.
made it our homecoming Area 1 themed.
Area 1.
51.
Area 1.
Sorry.
It's not the same. It's the monkey.
You're not the
Yeah.
same. Who's?
Say it.
I don't know who that is.
Say it.
I can't tell if that's an N or an R.
It's an R.
Who's Joe Curie?
I'll pull up a
Joe
picture.
Curie?
Yeah, who's Joe
You
Curie?
watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the guy from Stranger Things.
Which guy from Stranger Things? There are a lot of guys in Stranger Things.
Steve.
Oh, he got a haircut?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Jork.
Joe Curie.
There's the word. There's the word. Look at. He looks
Is
like
he
you.
serious?
Yes, it might be for a role. Unknown.
someone
It's gotta
said
be for a
that
role.
Netflix has the rights to his hair. Which I don't know if that's the
That's
case or
not true.
But
It's
if it is, I don't know what Netflix is doing to him right now.
poor guy. That's freshman year
For a
TJ
role.
right there.
Yeah, that's freshman year TJ.
freshman
There's
year
probably
TJ.
gonna be a podcast behind him. For audio listeners, he has a bowl cut.
Gosh, that's rough. iPhone 11.
We talked about that. Oh, not that. We're talking about iOS. Yeah, iPhone 11 came out.
It came out.
Yeah,
Yeah. it's
Like you
out.
can buy it.
yeah.
That's the thing. I would like. Okay, anytime there's a new Xbox, they announce it like years in advance. But the new iPhone, they announced it. They're like, cool, you can buy it now, and like, there's no
Have you
hype
seen the
about it.
camera quality?
I've seen the 3 cameras.
Yeah. I sent you a link. I don't know if you want to look at it now or later, but like, it's crazy.
But last week,
I'm so excited for
For-
Disney Plus.
same. Is that
It got
November?
released. It got released on like in the Netherlands, and I've seen like videos.
Why are
of
they
them
so special?
Because they're, I don't know, they're the Netherlands. You
Cool.
can pre-order it now. You can pre-order Disney Plus.
I will.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for WandaVision. WandaVision's gonna be the greatest thing ever created.
Hey, in there it said like Disney original, so like High School Musical, not High School Musical.
We're talking about that.
Yeah.
That's a movie. The
Someone,
it's a
didn't,
TV
someone
show.
didn't watch the
they're playing
podcast.
Wizards of Waverly Place, but they don't have Hannah Montana on there.
Damn. That was
Quick,
loud.
that was a lot.
All right, so
because it's 5
last
o'clock.
episode, Leah was talking about how it clicks, and she made a huge deal about how the microphone's going to pick it up because her clock ticks. And we didn't hear it all last week. I've heard it every time, I think.
I haven't.
I don't know if it's gotten louder, or maybe I'm closer to
It
it.
turned. Yeah, it changed to 5.
Interesting.
Very
Climate
cool.
strike.
Climate change. I thought that was. We should have
Was
gone.
that the thing Navi did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I saw that on his story.
Yeah, we should.
Navi's like a politician. I don't know what happened to him.
Do you follow his Twitter?
No.
He'll post things and get like hundreds of likes and retweets on them.
Maybe you should post the Chris and TJ podcast.
Yeah, we should talk to him about that.
I'm no.
He was one of the NJHS boys. The merch that we have is lopsided because TJ is shorter than Chris.
Right. So we have a debate going on right now, boys. Should we deal with it and figure out a way to make TJ fit?
just do
Or-
it vertical instead of horizontal. I'm not
No,
changing my
it
name to
has to be-
TEEJAY. That's
Why
not happening.
not?
No,
Literally?
AY won't be there. Just
Yeah.
TJ.
Oh, in that case,
Tej.
no, that's
Let's
so
make it
ugly.
Tej.
TJ.
What's better, the Chris and TJ podcast or the Chris and TJ podcast? That sounds so much better than the Chris and TJ podcast. Chris and TJ.
we should not do that.
Why?
Or we'll get each kind. So you can either get a TJ t-shirt or you can get a TJ t-shirt.
Well, they can like vote on it.
Yeah, we'll make a vote on it. We have a bunch of new
Do I get to vote on
logo
it?
designs. No. We have a bunch of new
Excellent.
like designs for merch. They'll right here for audio listeners. I'm not sure which ones I'm putting behind
We'll
us yet,
figure it out.
but they'll be there. Just look it up
also-
on our website, chrisandtv.com.
Speaking of merch, we're taking suggestions for things that you guys want.
Yes.
Seasons are changing, so there are a lot of new things people like to wear and stuff. So if you have something you want the logo on, let us know. We'll see what we can do.
Oh my god. Okay. Jeffrey, this is for you. He asked me this a while ago, and I've been wanting to talk about it for a
Yep.
while, but I keep forgetting. Why doesn't super glue stick to the bottle?
Doesn't it get activated by oxygen?
Yeah. That's right.
Cool.
I knew why.
There you go, Jeffrey. There you go, Jeffrey.
Uh,
The last thing I have on here is that I broke Megan's dad's pen. That's cool. Question time.
Question.
Everyone's favorite part.
Say preguntas.
Preguntas.
Yes, he said it better.
Thanks,
TJ's
Chris.
learning English.
All right, Maya's slacking and only gave us 5 questions. So Maya,
Step it up.
you're the second best now. What's your favorite type of dog? Hot. I'm pretty proud of that.
Good one. Okay, my turn. This one's from Hannah. What did TJ learn at church today?
At church today, we talked about this super evil king who.
Solomon.
No, I forget his name. It was in 2 Kings,
George.
chapter 21, if you want to go look it up.
George the Third.
We'll call him George the Third.
That's so
Anyways,
revolutionary.
when you read the chapter of the Bible, it's like he sucks and so stuff happened. But then like if you really read it, it's like, okay, cool, he burned babies inside of metal
cool,
bowls
cool.
and played drums to drown out the sound of them screaming. And so I was like, that's cool. I don't know, we just really did an
And you
in-depth
learned,
analysis
you
of how
learned
much he
about that in
sucks.
church?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because there was like sacrifices to false gods and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Spaghetti God.
Who's your favorite team member in the Chris and TJ?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
We
Well,
can't-
Megan's
we
not
can't call
listening. Oh,
ourselves,
she
yeah.
is listening. No,
Nope.
go back to your thing. Go back to
She's
your
not
thing.
listening.
Go back to your
Who's your
thing.
favorite
Listen.
member? I'll have
Hannah.
to say
Hannah's not
the
listening.
camera.
The camera.
Camera's kind of tough.
Let's name the camera Hannah.
Let's name the camera George.
George the Third. King George the
King
Third.
George the Third.
King George the Third. Thank you, King George the Third, for everything that you bring to the table.
Thank
We
you.
love you so much. I love you so much.
I love you more.
I don't know
Literally?
if that's possible because I love you.
That's- no.
3,000.
Uh,
Maya says, "Do you have any weird phrases in life? Groovy, juicy, mucho fuego, milk me."
milk me?
That's my newest one, milk me. That one and bonus sauce are my two new catchphrases.
Okay.
I had some other ones. What else did I have? Pass me the cheesy babies was one a while ago. Those are the main ones I've had. Grr, which isn't really a catchphrase, but
I just say cool, cool, cool a lot.
cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, that's where I got it from, Leah.
Alright, you're up.
Would you rather be in the Marvel universe or the DC universe? They both kind of suck.
Yeah, but like, Marvel Universe has colors.
The DC universe,
Yeah.
it also has colors.
Yeah, but it's-
if you go
they're
to
all
if you
shades
leave
of black.
Gotham,
Yeah,
if
okay,
you leave
that's true,
Gotham,
that's
you
true.
have colors.
I don't know. I feel like
They're
the
both-
DC villains suck so much more.
No,
Like,
I
what's the
feel
one?
like at least if we're in the DC universe, yeah, the whole world might explode all the time, but at least half of us won't survive. I'd rather be dead than like survive the snap.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
So, and in the DC universe, there's a higher chance of us getting superpowers.
But Marvel Universe has mutants. Like, everyone has superpowers.
No, but you have to have like mutant genes.
You're right. I swear. That's number 2 for this episode. Least favorite color.
Dude, I know this one.
Neon gray.
Neon gray?
Neon gray.
What's neon gray?
Look it up.
Neon gray. I
Change
gotta
the background to
of
neon gray. Ugly.
Neon
Ugly.
gray.
He's gonna put a picture of me up.
This isn't a real thing.
That's it.
This is neon.
That's neon gray. Neon gray.
Reflective, the reflective color.
Right.
Like the one that you put on like reflective
yep.
stuff.
So like
Ugly.
white?
Shut up, Leah. It's not white. It's neon gray.
Before or after the light?
Neon gray. During.
Dude, it's
Oh,
neon. Favorite chips? Gosh,
I don't really eat chips that much.
I'm trying to eat less.
Fries.
But it's not working.
I like fries a lot.
So it's
I'll
kind
eat
of chips?
fries. I
They
don't
call
know,
them chips
They
in
call them chips
Britain.
somewhere. I'll eat fries every day for the rest of my life. Potatoes are so good.
I'd eat popcorn for the rest of my day. For the rest of my
I
life.
don't.
Cool.
When we go to the movies, we like don't. Do we still get? We're back,
Sorry, we had some
boys.
camera trouble.
Yes.
We were talking about
holding
chips.
this now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put that down.
No,
No,
yeah,
we're talking about the popcorn. How we don't eat popcorn
oh,
movies
right,
anymore.
Right. I don't know. Popcorn's cool, but it's not that cool. Next, your turn.
Oh right, I was doing questions. I forgot what we were doing. Are birds real?
Birds were replaced by the bourgeoisie. That's not how it goes.
I
Nixon.
thought it was pronounced bourgeoisie.
It is pronounced bourgeoisie. I forget. There's some meme reference I'm trying to make here, but I can't make it. All right, from Sohila, she says Area 51. Just go back
Talk about
10
this.
minutes.
Yeah.
From Brian, he said, thoughts on the U.S. World Wrestling Team performance this year. Look it up, quick,
Good?
look it up. I think they were good. I think I remember seeing on his story how good they were.
US Wrestling
Brian is in.
team.
Brian is in the man Brian.
He talked about you in physics the other day.
I love Brian. All right,
Which Brian?
I don't know, not Hannah Brian.
Alright,
He's a wrestler.
different Brian.
Big Brian, big boy Brian.
US.
The wrestling.
Did they do good? They did amazing. You know, Brian.
Let's do. Okay, wait. I have an idea.
Yep.
They did so good. That was
I know
so
what you're
great.
gonna do. I
That
love
was
it
so
so much.
amazing. Okay,
Right.
okay.
They
were
suck.
so
Oh
bad.
my
What
gosh,
was
they're
that?
awful.
Like, oh my god, get better, guys. Okay, now future Chris, keep them both in, and then
But Brian only
Brian
watched the
just
part
watch
that's
whichever
accurate.
one is true.
You know, Brian got like eligible for like the state wrestling tournament last year,
We can do it.
but we probably could.
Remember that thing we were gonna do that we never did?
Yeah, banana. Let's see if I have any. You look for stuff. I don't know if I have any others.
I have a lot more. Opinion on the Cats trailer. Fine, Brandon. You've been asking us for weeks. I love it. We're gonna go see it for opening day.
Are we?
Yeah, all of
The
us.
one with like the
All
like,
of us.
human, but, like,
The one with Taylor Swift.
that looks great.
We're all gonna go watch it live. The girl from that one movie, Pitch Perfect's there. That one. Yeah, you knew what I was talking about.
The restaurant here.
How long does it take to record, edit, and post a video? I love talking about this so much.
It takes so long.
No, last time it didn't take so long. Last
Really?
week, let me run down last week for you boys. So, we edited on. We lied to you guys. We edited on a Sunday. We recorded on a Sunday.
yeah, we
guys.
definitely
I'm
lied.
so sorry. We're sorry we lied to you. We recorded on a Sunday, and then I got home.
Unlike today. Which
Unlike
is
today.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday.
Also, we talked about what I did in church this morning. Alright.
So last time we recorded on a Sunday, we got home at like 8 or something like that. The footage went uploaded to Google Drive,
That's cool.
so we just couldn't. I woke up thinking, oh, I can edit in like 20 minutes before I can go to
Yeah.
class. The footage was still not up, so play the Mission Impossible music.
Dun, dun, dun,
No,
dun,
don't.
dun, dun, dun,
We're gonna get
dun,
copyright
dun,
struck.
dun. I'm not that good.
No, you're
Play it on the
on.
bell.
Sing it, you're fine.
No,
Dun,
apparently, not
dun,
anymore.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
people haven't-
dun,
stop.
dun, dun.
People have been like, hey Megan, charge your phone.
So that one was on.
Charge your phone.
Oh, why do you have paper covering your?
Charge your phone. It's dying, Megan. I see that it's dying.
It's dying.
Okay,
okay, cool.
Good one. Smart.
Why do you have paper covering your?
So the FBI doesn't watch her, Leah.
Do what? Oh,
She's just naked in front of her camera all the time. She doesn't want that being exposed.
TLTR, editing is fun.
Yeah, well, I had to do it during school.
Really? Oh, right.
Yeah,
Are you
I
doing it
did
for
it.
this one too?
No,
Alright, good.
that was great though. I loved it.
And don't forget to send Robbie the footage this time.
Yes, I will forget.
Okay, cool.
Let me look at the other questions that are on the next slide. All right. When did you realize you loved each other? I think it was as soon as we met.
That must have been Spanish freshman year when we
Yeah.
switched phones for the day.
Yeah, that was. I keep forgetting we did that.
Right? Same.
And then I organized your phone.
Yeah.
Is it still organized?
Let's find out.
TJ has one of those
Does that
ugly
count?
passwords that are like super like that. They're like the word
The
ones.
custom numerical. Because my birthday is 12/11, so I can't just do 1211.
And now we know his password.
No,
guys.
but you
His
don't, 'cause
birthday's
it's-
spelled out.
It's December 11th.
And yeah, it's still organized. Can corn chips ever be good?
What? Yes, they're always good. I love corn chips.
Depends what brand you get.
You got your what's Spanish cheese? Queso. You got your salsa. You got your Lay's dip. You got your plain chips. You got your nachos. You got your. You sprinkle them on the taco. You got. I love corn chips so
Stop doing
much.
that. You're making the table vibrate.
Next question. I'm passionate.
This was
so.
a serious question. Everyone, put your serious face on. How far into a relationship should you introduce your parents? That didn't make any sense. I read that wrong, boys.
Why'd you ask that?
How far into
We
a
have
relationship
confidentiality.
should you introduce your parents to your parents? One more time, please. How far? Stop screaming. How far into a relationship should you introduce your partner to your parents? There we go. That's the one.
I think it depends on if it's college or high school.
It depends. I think it depends on your partner is.
Because a high school relationship, I don't think.
What?
When did you introduce your parents to Megan?
To Megan?
When did you introduce Megan to your parents?
I don't know. When was the first time you met them? When you came over from Monopoly?
I don't know. I went over from Monopoly a couple times.
Huh. I don't remember.
Because we already knew your.
Right. Because in high school you know people. Like in college, you're so far away from your parents.
Wait, do the parents already know about the relationship? Because there's
They
like,
probably should.
Oh yeah. I always tell my
think,
parents
yeah.
when I'm in a relationship.
I always tell my parents like 2 weeks into the relationship. I'm like, oh, by the
No,
way.
I do that too. Because sometimes. Yeah. Because sometimes there's like let's date, and then,
And
like
then
2
after I
hours
break
in
up
you're
with
like
them, I also wait 2 weeks.
same. Rainy weather.
I think this is the
Oh.
give us topics.
Topics.
Rainy weather. I love rainy weather. Let me explain why. Because you can now wear your Chris and TJ jackets to protect you from the.
Rain sounds. It sounds like rain while you're.
No, it
talking.
did. It probably sounds like the worst thing ever. So yeah, rainy weather is great because you can now wear your Chris and TJ merch out in the rain.
And get your Chris and TJ umbrella opened up while you're on the way to your Chris and TJ car, so you can go to your Chris and TJ high school.
TV versus streaming.
Stream.
Don't you watch?
Don't you stream on a TV?
Stream on a TV.
Don't you TV on a stream?
Yusuf, that was a pretty dumb question.
Alright,
but I
Yusuf-
understand
Yusuf's
what you
asked
mean.
some good questions.
He
That
means
was that one.
satellite versus streaming. Streaming all the way. No one uses satellite
Stream. Gotta
anymore.
go stream.
Satellite is very boomer. Only boomers use satellite. If climate change is real, then why aren't we dead yet? You know,
Who
that's
asked that?
a
Who asked
fair
that? Who
point.
asked that?
Let's see. That's
Let's
a
see.
fair point. But hear me out here. We are so cold that climate change is trying to equal with our body temperature.
It's trying to balance out.
Trying to balance out. Therefore, killing us. We have to stay cold or else we'll die.
Right, which means
Climate change is real.
you should wear Chris and TJ shirts
Yes.
instead of Chris
We
and
should
TJ.
cover the world
in a Chris and TJ
Chris and TJ AC vent.
AC vent. I got you.
There we go.
Next up.
Good computers to buy for gamers. Just build your own computer.
Yeah, don't buy it for
Don't
me.
buy it
They're
from me.
overpriced.
And if you don't know how to build one,
Sucks.
ask someone to build
Ask
one.
us.
Ask,
We'll
yeah,
build your
we'll build it
computer
for
on
you.
the podcast.
Yeah, live on the
Live
podcast.
on the podcast. We'll
build
do a
your
time
computer
lapse
for you.
and
Yes.
talk over it. Speaking, okay, real quick. If you have like a funny video or a talent, feel free to send it in and we'll review it. If we think it's funny, then we'll play it and then we'll talk about it after it's done playing. But also don't be hurt if we don't pick your.
Also, don't be
Vocal.
hurt if we like bully you a little.
You're getting bullied.
Yeah.
If you send it
If you
anything, you're
submit
getting bullied.
anything, you'll be like.
Fair warning. But we
like to have
yeah,
fun around
We
here.
like to have fun.
Who's your celebrity crush, female and male?
Celebrity crush: male Chris Hemsworth, female Chris Hemsworth.
Mine is male Chris Evans and female Chris Evans.
Cool.
Cool.
Is that all the topics?
No,
No, you.
you.
Thanks,
Is that a
Hannah.
question?
What?
No, we're on the topics now.
We're on topics.
No, well, like that past one was a question.
But it was on. I wasn't. No, that's not what it said. I turned it into a question.
Oh.
Oh, Kayla's cousin's back.
Oh,
I love him
Caleb's
so
cousin's
much.
back.
He's my favorite person
Were
ever.
you there? Yeah, you were there, right? When
When?
you came into my house when we were playing.
Yes,
What were we
yes.
watching? Oh, that's when we watched Infinity War.
Oh, he was the
and
best.
then we played Injustice, and I beat him.
Carly, show this part to Chris. Chris, you're amazing.
Carly, you mean Kayla?
Kayla, show this part to Chris. Chris, you're amazing.
I still beat you at Injustice 2, though. So I'm just.
Oh, I remember that. I watched that happen.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah, you did watch that happen.
Chris.
What else is on your little list? Here, little list.
All right, so Ill3, the world famous band
Yes.
at Massaponax High School. It's Griffin, Joe,
Caden.
Caden.
and others. They have agreed to play an intro for us. So starting next episode, probably they're going to be performing our intro.
Do you know what their names are?
TJ, you probably should, and the others.
Well, I don't know who's in it besides those three.
Caden,
Joe,
Ian,
Griffin.
I don't
Ian
know-
who?
Ian, okay, they all have names. So Caden is Little Trigonometry.
Little Trigonometry.
Joe is Little Italy.
Little Italy.
And Ian is diversity because he's the only non-white person.
Cool.
And the others.
And the others.
Wait, Leo, we got a question for you.
Huh?
We have a question for you.
Oh,
What was your favorite act in the lip sync battle?
who said this?
Kayla.
Okay.
My homie
Jub
Brandon.
Tej.
Jub Tej was funny. He was in a dress. I have a photo of that. We can pop it in probably.
Pop it in, boys. I don't know why I said boys. It's just me. It's always
And
just me.
then-
It's Robbie.
Caden
And
and,
Rob.
his friends sang "You're Out of My League" to a Danny DeVito cardboard cutout.
Nice.
And I really hope it was life size because it was like that tall. So that's also up there. Oh, there were some stupid ones. I'm not gonna say them now. But yeah, either Jup or
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
All right, so I didn't tell you this, so this is a surprise.
Whoa.
But before
Scared.
marching band the other day, Mr. Gabalski and the other assistant principal and the assistant principals were all outside the bus loop like they always are. So we went out up to the we call it the beach. It's the bus parking lot. We went up there and he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, so I was thinking," and I was like, "Continue."
Oh, God.
He was like, "You guys should try and get the superintendent on the podcast." And so I talked to Mr. Cook, and he said that he thinks he'd be into it.
He will be into it. We interviewed him once for the newspaper, and he was really into it.
So
Wait,
I'm
who?
thinking we try.
The superintendent, what's his name? Dr. Baker. Dr. Baker.
Dr.
Dr. Baker, if you're watching, we're coming for you.
Right. No, I mean,
You have to walk
what,
across the
what is he
street.
going to do? Like, he's
He's gonna do say no to us?
Yeah, we're famous. No, I'm kidding. But I think it's worth a shot. So tell us if you'd be interested in that. And also, please have questions ready to ask if you are interested in that.
Yes.
I'm going to send him an email later tonight. And if you have anyone else you want us to interview, then just let us know, and we'll see what we can do. I know Mr. Wrights, it has been heavily suggested by millions of people.
Mr. Flynn.
Mr.
Did
Flynn.
you know, back in 2006, Mr. Flynn and Mr. Brown were going to start a podcast?
Really?
But they said that the work that went into do it was too much, like it wasn't worth the output of it.
Maybe one of the episodes they could replace you guys.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of tough.
I think it's just because they didn't have such an
And they also
amazing
did-
staff.
and they also did,
like
yes.
Hannah, our camera. No, King George III, our camera.
King George III, our camera.
And that's it.
Megan.
No.
Okay, no Megan.
Hi again.
Megan.
Just
I
King
thought it
George
was just
III.
George.
No, it's King George.
King George.
King George.
Camera rules all.
Yes. Well, yeah, without the what we should name all the lights:
All right, Larry, Jerry, Seinfeld.
Fergus, Fargus, and Felicia.
Oh, Shrek.
Farkle. It's Farkle. Fergus, Farkle, and Felicia.
That's number 3 today.
Yeah, that is number. That's number 4 today. Number 3 on camera.
Right, number 3. Yep.
We should name the big boy lamp. For you audio listeners, we have 3
I think it should be Pixar.
It hurts so very much.
Yeah, I can't. If you're watching the video and I'm not making eye contact with like the camera, it's because the lamp
light
is right
draws
next to
you
it,
in.
and
Are
I
you
just
staring
can't.
at it?
Yeah.
I'm staring at you.
I'm staring at the light.
It's just
All right, well, TV's gonna be blind.
I bet they can see in my pupils how bright it is. Oh, that
I
burns.
just looked at it. Why did we do that?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like my eyes are watering.
Look
now.
look at the.
I just cooked my eyes.
I'll do it. See into my eyes. I got this. This is like the brightest I've ever. Oh, it's like getting brighter and dimmer. Like
No, yeah, because it blocks
by
out
the
everything
second.
else.
Yeah. Whoa, that's so cool. It's like an aperture on the camera. I'm crying.
No, yeah, it
It
hurts.
hurts.
Is it zoomed back out?
yeah.
Cool.
Ah,
Oh gosh. All right.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's kind of wow. Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh, that hurts.
Let's see what else do I have on here.
Buy our merch. Buy our merch. Buy our merch. Buy our merch. Buy our merch.
Leah, you're slacking.
What?
Should I ask all my ask questions?
Did
There's
you ask
5
all
of
my
them.
last questions? Yeah, there's. I don't think you asked 5. You probably asked like 2.
Oh yeah, I skipped the last one. Describe a very vivid memory in your life that changed the way you think.
My dad dying. I won't describe it.
I have a really great memory of in Colorado. My dad was mowing the lawn, and I had Colorado, and I had one of those, you know, the things that the kids push around and the balls pop on the bottom.
Yes.
I was mowing with that next to him. And I was looking up at him. He looked down and he smiled, and that's when I realized humanity is flawed and we're all gonna die in the end.
I remember very vividly. I was a child. I was in my apartment where my mom and I used to live in, and then like I was playing with my toys and watching TV at the same time because Big Brain Chris multitasked even back then.
Probably playing with your toys while editing the podcast now.
So I was just doing that, and then I looked over and I see this like shadow girl, and then I run into my mom's room and I was like, "Mommy, I saw a shadow girl," and she was like, "No, you didn't." And I was like, "Okay." So, yeah, and now I know that we're all going to become shadow people in the end.
Right. That's how it happens.
Yeah,
That's what shadows are. They're just
shadows are just
The
your
remains.
future. It's your dead future.
yeah. Shadows didn't actually exist. until-
Shout out to
to
shadows
Yusuf.
and
Oh,
Yusuf,
and Yusuf.
who is a shadow.
Yusuf could. No.
Yusuf can be his own shadow.
Who else is as tall as him? And he could be
Megan.
the shadow. Megan.
Megan's
Megan
tall.
Jones. Megan's shadow is actually
Megan
Yusuf
Jones.
in
You
the
don't know this, but Megan Jones are like our assistant is 7 foot tall.
So yeah, she
Some
edits herself. She makes Chris edit herself
Yeah.
small because she's really self conscious
If you
about.
see her in real life, we're just using a 3D hologram. You know,
Yes.
Far From Home.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Mysterious.
When Night
like,
Monkey,
little-
yeah,
he's like changing himself to like Nick Fury. I'm just doing that to Megan, but making her look shorter.
right. True story. True
Yeah.
story.
Because we don't want. We don't. She doesn't. You know that movie Tall Girl on Netflix? That's basically Megan, but like Megan doesn't want to feel like her.
Tall Girl is the greatest movie Netflix has ever made.
And that's all the time we have for this episode of the podcast. Thanks for coming, guys.
See, go to our website, christianteacher.com. Buy our
Yes.
merch. That's
And that's all we got for
Fill
today.
the firm out.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Adios.
Bye.